to Truck It. Yeah, baby. I'm Dooner. That's
Michael Vincent, the dude. What's going on, Dooner, man?
It's day number 2 here at Live at Home.
I've been on fire all day.
Yeah.
I was serious. I wanted to sit here all night and just, keep rapping.
Yeah, I was getting
Maybe we'll have to do just a 24-hour, just a marathon. See how long we go.
Well, I kind of am. I'm doing, we did Venture Summit. I did yesterday. Yeah. I did tomorrow. I'm doing radio Saturday. And then I'm doing TEDx, the TEDx Chattanooga.
You're the marathon man.
On Sunday. No rest. And then we got What the Truck on Monday, 12 noon Eastern time. Every Monday, every Friday. This is a podcast called What the Truck. If you're not familiar, I'm Dooner. That's the dude. This is available on your favorite podcast player. Just look up What the Truck or look up Freightcast. You'll find every single FreightWaves podcast. You can also watch us on the FreightWaves TV app. Available on iOS, Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, and all that good stuff. We'd like to thank ArcBest. ArcBest, you see these cups up here? Good to the last drop shipment?
That's right.
Ding. Yeah. ArcBest is more than logistics. Whatever you do, whatever you ship, ArcBest makes it easier for you to do business. That's right. ArcBest combines reliable capacity, innovative technology, and trusted relationships to take the complexity out of your supply chain and keep your shipments moving. That's what makes ArcBest
more than logistics, my friends.
It sure does. Now, hey, let's congratulate the freight community before we get into business here. So there's a story. It's a sad story, but a good story. It's a touching story. Clarissa Hawes, one of our reporters, she was talking about this very young kid, Liam. And a couple weeks ago, she published a story, right? She published a story about Liam, who has he's battling a rare pediatric brain tumor called DIPG. He's a 5-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Story, his dad's a truck driver. Yep. Story goes in FreightWaves.com, right? John Deere retweets it. You guys see it. You guys see it on our site. He comes home to this picture. Can we show him that picture of all those? Look at all those packages you sent him from the Freight Tech Top 25 winner, Amazon. I mean, that's just amazing. A little cowbell for everyone.
Amen, brothers.
Who
way to go.
hooked this kid up. I mean, way to make him happy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Good stuff. So congratulations to everyone who helped that kid out. I mean, what an amazing story. And that's up on FreightWaves.com if you want to check it out.
Absolutely. The trucking community never fails to impress me.
Do you want to hear a story about
34 years?
Do you want to hear a story about sonar and love?
I do.
So I was overhearing, and I wasn't told this by anybody, so if you are trying to court somebody on Bumble, this was me overhearing, just spreading this information out now. But I heard that one of our research associates was on Bumble, and a girl reached out to him and asked if he prefers OTVI or OTRI, our sonar indices.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Are you sure they were our indices? I mean, what
else
are they acronym for something else? I don't know.
I think no.
Kids these days.
Yeah, it's bringing the kids together, bringing the conversation together. Fantastic stuff. Well, our next guest, or our first guest today, is from ArcBest, who put these beautiful mugs on our table. It's Danny Lowe. He's the president of Asset Light Logistics and the chief yield officer. Danny, thank you very much for joining us today.
Glad to be on with you guys.
Now, Danny, we understand that you are a University of Arkansas grad, and we also know from every University of Arkansas grad we've had on there that you all know how to call the hogs.
That's right. You have to know how to call the hogs if you're from Arkansas.
Can you give us a pig suey?
Woo! Pig suey!
Yeah,
all right. There we go.
That was a beautiful one. That was really great. So, Danny, we know that you can do the pig suey well. We know you went to University of Arkansas, but who else is Danny Lowe?
Sure. I heard you talking, I think, 34 years, so I'm getting close to 24 years in the industry. Kind of wasn't what I expected coming out of school, but took a job with ABF Freight in 1997, and here we are today with ArcBest, and, it's been a world of change in 24 years. Kind of my background's been in the pricing world for a long time, but I also did marketing and public relations for ABF. But I think what kind of changed things around a little bit was in 2014, our CEO at that point, Judy McReynolds, we kind of had ABF Freight, and we had what we called at that point ABF Logistics. We were doing truckload brokerage. We were doing international. We were doing warehousing. We were doing expedite through Panther. But I kind of called it like we were a strip mall. To get in the door, you had to leave one place and go to the other one. And so she kind of gave me a blank sheet of paper, and she said, hey, our customers want better than this. We need to be integrated with what we do. And so that's kind of what started our journey down the path we're on right now, to be, as you well described in the opening, more than logistics. So,
yeah, absolutely. So, Daddy, you started You started back when I was still with Roadway Express competing with ABF. So you started with the LTL. So and you've been here quite a while. So talk about the evolution from the traditional LTL carrier to what ArcBest is today.
Sure. The foundation, and still 2/3 of our business is our LTL network, which is the ABF brand. But what has transitioned is just listening to customers and the things they're asking us for. And so, to me, the biggest thing now is our answer is not the customer said, I want to do this. And you go, well, here's our LTL network. Now the customer says, I want to do this. And we have a conversation with them about what are you trying to accomplish with your supply chain? And so maybe ABF is part of the answer, but the answer is, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? And what we do is we work with them to build what's the best supply chain answer for them. And so I think what separates us a lot of this case, we have assets. We have an LTL network. We have a fleet within our expedite. We have owner operators and different things that we can do and can control. So those solutions to me are just much better when you have some piece of asset. It's not the whole answer, it's a part of the answer, but it just helps you build a better solution for customers.
Now, we said it right there in the copy, more than just logistics. So what is that? What is that differentiation? What makes you different from other providers?
I think it goes back to, there's not many, what I would say, 3PLs or brokers that really have something they can lean back on into, which we call it assured capacity, but it is really, hey, we have this assets, we have this LTL network, we have our fleet that we run within expedite. And so the ability to tie those things together, to me, that's more than logistics. I think the other part too is our obsession with customers, is about listening to the customers. What are you trying to accomplish? And so it's more than just moving a shipment from point A to point B. What are you accomplishing more than that with your customers? And we want to be engaged with you to make sure that our customers are successful as we work with them.
Yeah, Danny, shippers and the overall logistics industry, supply chain has had its challenges forever. Obviously, that's why we have jobs, you have jobs, et cetera, solving those problems. No more so than this year, right? Let's talk about some of those challenges that they're facing today specifically, and how does ArcBest help them solve those issues?
Sure. If you told us what was going to happen at the end of March when we were at the end of last year, at that point, you see 20-30% drop in activity with what you're doing. And so in a broker's world, that's one thing, but also with our asset network, it's hard to keep an asset network when you have that type of volatility in it. But to me, we've had a full freight cycle in 4 to 5 months that you might see over 2 years. And so we've walked through the different pieces of this. And, I'm so proud of our people because they've responded well. So we've gone from the depths of not able to really, we've had to make some tough decisions with employees because we didn't have business to handle, to now we can't hire people fast enough to handle the business that's coming through with it. So it's been an amazing year. 2020 is definitely different than any other year we've been a part of.
Any predictions for 2021 and what ArcBest is going to be doing? This year, it seems like it's taken forever, but all of a sudden, here we are on November 6th.
Sure. I would say one of our big focuses right now is really looking at growing in our truckload brokerage area. We do a really good job. Like I talked about, we've been very customer obsessed. We're going to turn that on the heels and start being a little bit more, not disappear from customer obsessed, but how we deal with our carriers on the other side is carrier obsessed. I've heard others talk about digital and different pieces. To me, is we want to reach our carriers in the way they want to interact with us. If that's over the phone talking to one of our brokers, absolutely, we're there for that. If it's digital, we're there for that. That may be text, that may be on a carrier portal, maybe on a carrier app or anything else, but turning back and making sure we make our carriers successful. And we have a history of doing that. We do it really, when you think of our expedite, our Panther brand, we have owner operators that we really are helping run their business for them by keeping those guys moving. And we put that focus on that. And so really, I want to take that and expand that to our carrier network that we have within the brokerage part. And so, one of the other things I said, we should know more about it. We have a network, plus we have the AAA for fleet maintenance and FleetNet, and so those guys, they know how to, there's just more we know about carriers that we are applying to our relationships, and I think we can get much better at.
Wow. Excellent stuff, and it sounds like you're onto some great things, Danny. People who want to learn more, where should we send them to? ArcBest.com?
Sure, arcb.com would be a great place. I think it's an exciting time for people that want to join ArcBest. I think we're going to have a lot of opportunities for people in carrier sales as we grow in that area with it. So go to that site, look around. If you're an owner operator, hey, we've got some business for you. Come on and join us. So appreciate you guys having me on.
Cheers, and thanks again for the mugs. We appreciate it. When we come back, we'll be talking to Tom Bray. He's the Senior Transportation Industry Advisor at J.J. Keller. They do all the safety manuals.
They do.
Right?
Absolutely.
You want to talk about ELDs too, and there's been a lot of discussion about how ELDs factor into safety. They've been looking at studies that they improve safety, that they make things worse because drivers are rushing around. We'll find out from him what their studies are finding out. On the other side of the break, you just saw him right there in the green room. He's getting ready to catch us here on What the Truck, so stick with us. We'll be back.